Hey friends, we are still reading Eerie Elementary, Recess is the Jungle. I hope you're ready for the next chapter. So do you remember what happened last time? So we had our Sam going on the monkey bars and they found out that the swamp was like last time and it was alive. So now Sam is being super brave and he started going on the monkey bars. We're on chapter 11, Monkeying Around. Sam was out to the third bar when he looked down. The swamp below bubbled and burped. Muddy water splashed Sam's sneakers. Tree limbs reached out for him. Sam's hands were sweaty. There's no way I'll make it across without falling, he thought. But I have to. Sam was halfway when Lucy began to climb. Antonio was the last to cross. I've always hated the monkey bars, he groaned. As Sam got close to the end, the monkey bars began to shake. The metal creaked and moaned. Hold on tight, Sam shouted. It's trying to shake us off, Lucy yelled. And the structure swayed from side to side and Sam swung for the next bar. There was only one to go until the end. Just then, Lucy shrieked. So there they are on the monkey bars. What would you do if the monkey bars were shaking like that? The monkey bars shot up into the air, and the three friends held on tight. Sam gasped. We're 20 feet up in the air, he thought. Slippery vines had crawled up the monkey bars, and one long vine wrapped itself around Sam's hand. His fingers were being lifted from the bar. I can't hold on much longer, he yelled. The vine plucked Sam's pinky finger, and he lost his grip. He was plummeting down toward the monstrous swamp. At the last second, Sam grabbed onto Lucy's jeans, and he clutched the fabric as tight as he could. The swamp water bubbled up, and the monkey bar set began sinking back down. Sam's stomach did a flip as everything dropped, and the swamp was about to swallow the monkey bars. Have you guys ever had that happen where your stomach makes a flip if you've been on a ride at the fair or roller coaster? Here's a picture. Oh gosh. Lucy gritted her teeth. Only one bar left. Using all her might, she reached out and grabbed it. Sam was able to scramble onto the bottom rung, and together he and Lucy narrowly escaped. But Antonio was still making his way across. The metal bars dipped in the middle, and Antonio's feet hung closer to the swamp. Mud splashed his legs. Faster, Antonio, Sam called. I'm trying, Antonio cried out. I don't want to be swamp food. He quickly swung from bar to bar. The metal howled as he dove off the monkey bars, and he crashed to the ground beside his friends. Kershbloosh. The three friends looked back just in time to see the swamp swallow the entire monkey bar set. Sam raced ahead. We're so close, he thought. His heart was pounding and he expected to run straight through this last bit of maze and see the rear steps of the school. He expected to make it back in time to stop Orson Eerie from attacking the students. He expected this horrible day to be over. Sam ran as fast as he could. Antonio and Lucy were hot on his heels, but then he began to panic. He was looking at the swing set. No, Sam cried out. We're back at the beginning? Lucy hung her head. This really is a maze, and we're trapped. It's hopeless. It's not totally hopeless, Antonio said. Luckily, I dropped those breadcrumbs as we went. They'll show us where we've already been, so we can take a different way out. But then Antonio stopped. The ground was bare. Wait a minute. They're gone! Is there any way out? Chapter 12. Antonio looked at the empty path. "Who took my PB&J crumbs?" he exclaimed. Sam's heart was pounding. His eyes darted across the ground. "Crumbs can't have just disappeared." "It's not possible," Lucy said, and her hands were trembling. "Squawk!" The friends spun around. The huge crow from before landed on the seesaw. A piece of bread dropped from his mouth. "That crow must have eaten all the breadcrumbs," Sam said. The bird flapped its wings and shot into the air. Lucy kicked at the damp ground. "It's like everything is working against us." Sam plopped down on the seesaw. "I'm afraid we'll never get out of this maze." Suddenly, one end of the seesaw jumped. "Whoa!" Sam shrieked. The seesaw jumped again. It was alive too. Sam tumbled off. Sam sat up. He was covered in mud, but he was smiling. "That's it," he said. "I know exactly how to find our way out of here." "You do?" Antonio asked. "I think so," Sam said. "Can you guys pin down this seesaw?" "Wrestle a monstrous seesaw?" Antonio said, rolling up his sleeves. "Bring it on." Lucy and Antonio jumped on the seesaw, pinning one side to the ground. The seesaw jerked and jumped. "Hurry, Sam," Antonio said. "We can't hold this thing down forever." Sam quickly climbed up and stood on the other end of the rusty seesaw. It quaked. Sam was barely able to grip the cold metal handle. It was like he was surfing. You see him on there? What do you think his idea is with the seesaw? "It's working," Sam said. "Less talking, more looking," Antonio said. The seesaw was trying its hardest to fling Lucy and Antonio off. Finally, Sam managed to stand up straight. From where Sam stood, he could see the whole hedge maze, the strange labyrinth wrapped all the way around Eerie Elementary. But Sam smiled. "I can see it. I can see the way out." There they are on the seesaw, and he's looking over. I thought maybe he was gonna have them fling him from the seesaw over the hedge and maybe into the school. But he was just doing that to get a look. What do you think is gonna happen next? Do you think they're gonna make it out of that hedge or that maze? Do you think the crow is going to get in their way? I'm excited to find out what's next.